Today I'm making a simple as can be peanut butter and jelly thumbprint cookie. Very delicious and comes together in minutes. Measure out 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. To that add a half a teaspoon each of baking powder and baking soda. I don't know if you guys had this, but when I was growing up on Fridays, we used to get a peanut butter cookie at lunch in school. Did you get that? It's kind of like that. Half a teaspoon of salt and give it a whisk. Do they give cookies at school anymore? I don't even know. It was pizza and a peanut butter cookie on Fridays. I mean, it was really, really terrible pizza and probably a pretty mediocre peanut butter cookie too, but that was what I liked. In this mixer, I have a 1/3 cup each of light brown sugar and regular granulated sugar with 1 stick of butter, and it needs to be creamed. You'll need to add 3/4 of a cup of smooth peanut butter, not the natural kind, just the regular old peanut butter. And you want that to be fully combined before you add an egg, which I will get ready. Probably want to scrape down the bowl. I feel like I say this every time I bake something, but it is actually very important for proper mixture, and if you don't do it, then they won't be properly mixed and you'll be bummed out. And there'll be like streaks of fat in your cookie, which is really what happens if it's not properly incorporated. 1 large egg and a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Scrape down the bowl one more time, and then you can add your dry ingredients and then beat to combine. I always like to stir one more time to make sure it is fully incorporated. None of that butter on the bottom. It's because I scraped down the bowl a couple times, so I'm good to go. You're gonna roll this into balls, about 2 tablespoons per ball, and you can roll it right in sugar. It's a little bit sticky, but if you drop it right into the sugar and then sort of coat it a little bit, it helps with that stickiness. And when it bakes up, it has a little bit of a nice crunch. Put them onto the baking sheet about 2 inches apart. That was not well planned. This is much better. And you can certainly do a few at a time. You can usually fit about 9 of these on a tray. You could probably put them a little closer, but it's okay. If you have less trays, you might want to, because you don't want to be making too many batches. So what you're going to do with these in order to make them thumbprints is get them into the oven and start baking them. Bake them for about 10 minutes, and then you'll take them out and use the handle of a spoon to make a little indent, and then they go back into the oven until they're just starting to turn golden brown. That'll take about 6 to 7 more minutes. You're going to want to let these completely cool, and while you're letting them cool, you can just heat very briefly, about 30 seconds, some jam. What's your favorite flavor? Use that one. I used raspberry. Then you'll spoon about 1/2 teaspoon of the loosened jam into the hollow that you've created in your cookie. And then you're going to want to let it sit just for a few minutes. Once it cools off, the jam will reset, but it's easier to spoon into the hollows of the cookies when it's a little bit looser. So give yourself a little bit of time. I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to have a bite right now. Yeah. It's like the cookies that I ate when I was growing up, but even better because it has that little bit of jam in them, which makes it so delicious. Give it a try. If you like recipes like this and you want more, make sure to click like and subscribe because we have plenty more where this came from.